Bro, just looking at the pixelated screen, lack of full screen, and very outdated graphics, you already know they put the classic in Graal Classic. So this is Graal Classic. It's kind of an insult to call this an alternate Graal game because this is only slightly less popular than Era in terms of current player base. To be honest, the only thing that Era and Classic have in common is the name Graal. Other than that, you're in a completely different game. Different fighting and sparring gameplay, different quests, and just different things to do, and a completely different art style. You really are in a completely different world to Era, which is really new to me as this was the first time I was playing this game. The most standout feature to me was both sparring and farming in this game. For starters, you only have 3 health and everyone has one universal weapon, a sword, doing 0.5 damage a hit. Other bonuses include bombs and bows, but it's mainly just swords. The lack of diversity of weapons offers a more skill-based PvP system compared to Era. There are no overpowered weapons because there are only 3 weapons to work with, and it challenges users to use their skill rather than let their gun do the work for them. Another thing I found interesting was the farming system. Destroying grass, killing critters, and doing quests highlight a completely different reward system compared to Era, and to be honest, I like Classic's one way more. Because even though the quests are grindy, it fits with the theme of the game and has a backstory to it. Honestly, they should implement the pirate daily quest into Era just to make it more interesting. Even though I had limited time to play it, I definitely had a lot of fun, and I'm going to revisit the game because there's just so much content that doesn't fully rely on the grinding aspect. If you haven't played this yet, I suggest you give it a try. Our next game is Ol'West, and I wish I could give it the same compliments that I did with Classic. For starters, there were literally only 100 people in the game when I logged on. Bro! Look, I already found 90% of the player base in one area. Okay, but for real, I did try giving it a shot, and honestly, it's really similar to Era, which is a bad thing. For starters, they offer ironically just rebranded guns, and a basing experience extremely similar to Graal. And to be honest, the graphic design is complete dookie. The water looks half-assed, some parts of the world is just completely open and barren, which makes the open world concept extremely boring to look at. And honestly, it's a huge shame because some parts of the map look so awesome and others just look so 50-50. I probably didn't even give it enough time, but honestly it just looks like half-assed Graal Era, except with a tiny fraction of the popularity, which already hurts the open world game concept. If there's no one to play with, why even play at all? Of course, people who play this game, let me know if I'm wrong, but a Graal game with less than 100 players? That's a red flag. Oh wait, it gets worse! Here's Graal Zone! When I logged in, there was only 40 players. So depressing to look at. Like Ol'West has the same disadvantages of having gameplay extremely similar to Era. It's like Era, but worse. First of all, I like the theme they were going with, but I'ma keep it at 100. The graphics are ugly as shit. I mean, the sky is literally one color, and I get that they were trying to do like a shield helicopter off the ground vibe, but it just created an inconvenient navigation system which offsets the cyberpunk aesthetic that they were going for. The entire map is all one color, which is boring to look at, and some assets like the trees and this stupid haunted house just kind of ruined the immersion of the futuristic game. Overall, Zone offers nothing new with the exception of some things like pets, I guess, compared to Era, and instead is a downgrade of Era with the shit graphics. Again, this is just me forming first impressions, and I could be wrong. If you are a die-hard Zone fan, please tell me what I missed out on.